Judge Gonzalez take you first?
Yes, thank you.
Ready? Both assistant state attorneys are present, both defense counsel and Mr. Sievers. State's ready.
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense is ready.
Yes, Your Honor.
Awesome. Bring them out.
You're welcome.
Please be seated. I'll ask our jurors again, have you followed my instructions, not talked about the case among yourselves with anybody else or looked up any of the people or places involved? Even if you've done so inadvertently, now would be the time to raise your hand and let me know. For the record, no jurors lifted their hand. Next witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. Defense calls Myra Simmons.
Ma'am, you're still under oath from the other day. Thank you. Please be seated.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Ms. Simmons. Will you please reintroduce yourself to the jury?
Yes, I'm Myra Simmons.
And can you tell the jury what you used to do for the Lee County Sheriff's Office?
Yes, I was an analyst in major crimes.
Okay. And can you just kind of refresh their memory about what you did in this case?
I was tasked to see if I could determine if burner phones was utilized in the homicide of Mrs. Sievers.
Your Honor, may I approach the witness? I'm going to be presenting what I've showed to the state and marked as Exhibit 8.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Simmons, will you take a look at these 3 documents?
Yes, sir.
Do you recognize those documents?
Yes, sir.
What are they?
One is a call log of a 702 and a 404. The others is tower hits. And the last one is calls between some burner phones.
How do you know what those documents are?
I got call detail records, and they were run through CellHawk.
Okay. Did you generate these documents?
Yes, I would put the information in, and CellHawk would
And
generate the documents.
looking at those documents, does it appear as if anything has been altered from when you originally generated them?
No, sir.
Okay. And so are those documents a fair and accurate copy of the documents that you generated?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I'd like to move what's been previously marked as Defense Exhibit 8 and as Defendant's 8.
No objection.
We'll show it admitted.
Permission to publish, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
Welcome.
Now, ma'am, you mentioned this was a call log, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And what's the first phone number that we see up there?
It's 702-964-3062.
Okay. And what's the second number that we see up there?
404-376-8649.
Are you able to see the dates, or if you need me to increase the magnification, please let me know.
It's okay. No, it's fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
The date in the far left-hand column, what date is that?
6/28/2015.
And what's the date under that?
6/29/2015.
Okay. And so, again, I know we kind of went through this before. The
Correct.
last time you were here, we spoke about this. But we see a couple calls that all appear to originate at about the same time, and they're approximately the same duration. Do you see that?
Yes, sir.
Do we have any reason to believe that that is in fact one phone call versus 3 separate phone calls?
No, those are one phone calls.
Thank you, ma'am. And same with these 3,
Correct?
and these 2 right here, they're a little different, is that
No,
correct?
a little different, yes.
These are text messages,
Yes, sir.
and these text messages originate at 11:36 p.m., is that correct?
Correct?
And that was on June 28th, 2015, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me it says outgoing and incoming. So ma'am, the 404 number sent the text to the 702 number, correct?
At 11:36?
Yes, ma'am.
Text outgoing 702, send an outgoing text to 404. Calling number, call number.
See the incoming?
Mm-hmm.
And ma'am, is it fair to say that text is the only text that is exchanged and the remainder are voice calls?
Yes.
Okay. When you generated this report, how much data did you, if you recall, did you have available?
I generated, I asked for specific dates, June the 28th and 29th on that call log.
Okay, so you can't tell if other texts were sent before then?
I do not think so because I think the phone wasn't activated till the 28th.
Okay, and so you believe the phone wasn't activated until the 28th?
Yes.
What about after this last one on the 29th?
Yes, it could be. I'd have to refresh and look at the call records.
Okay. I'm going to move to the next page now, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to move this down. This shows tower hits, is that correct, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
And we have a couple different phone numbers. You listed this top 314 number, 314-996-9581. You listed that as said Wright cell, is that correct?
Correct.
And are we to take that as that number was Mr. Curtis Wainwright's main cell phone?
I consider it personal cell.
His personal cell?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then you had the 404-376-8649 that you said was the Wright burner, is that correct?
Correct.
And you previously, you told us about all the steps you went to ascertain how you found out if this was a prepaid phone and how you isolated the tower hits, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And so would you have done that same process down here for this 702-964-3062?
Yes.
Okay, and how did you know that this 314-677-7311, how do you know that that was Angela Wright's cell phone?
The lieutenant had told me that, and I believe her cell phone records
Okay,
were subpoenaed.
well, let me ask you this, at that time, did you have Mr. Wright's cell phone records?
Yes.
Okay, and were you able to look at his call log and some of his texts and see that Angela Wright was in his contacts under this number?
No, I did not.
You didn't do that?
No.
You just got information from the lieutenant and you took it at face value?
No, I ran the records. They had to be in Cellhawk, her Angela Wright's cell phone and the
Okay.
burner phone. They were both subpoenaed, so I had the search warrant. Search warrant. I had the records, so I had put them into Cellhawk.
So then you independently confirmed that this 314-677-7311 was Angela Wright's personal cell phone, is that correct?
Correct.
And that this 702-964-3062 was the prepaid anonymous, or as you call it, the burner phone, is that
Correct.
And we got this here, shows calls. Can you explain what this is?
Yes, this is showing the contact between the burner phone, the 404, the burner phone of 858, and if you move that up a little bit, I believe it's the other burner phone. I showed the common calls between them.
Okay. Okay, so this shows how the phone calls are connected then, is that correct?
Correct.
Ms. Simmons, thank you very much. I have no further questions.
State.
Thank you, Your Honor. When you first located the 404 number in the cell tower on Jarvis Street for the night of the homicide, that led you to look for that 404 number in the Chapel Hill Tower, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And when you looked for that 404 number in the Chapel Hill Tower from May 17th and found it, is that when you asked for records to be, for search warrants to be issued for the 404 number?
Yes.
And when you had looked at that original tower dump from Jarvis Road, did you see the 702 number at that time?
Yes, I did.
And so when you asked for the 404 burner number, actually then you didn't know it was a burner. When you asked for the 404 number, didn't you at the same time ask for the 702 number?
Yes, I did.
And when the 702 number came in, did you review all those records in Cellhawk?
Yes.
And having reviewed all those records in Cellhawk, I think what I'm hearing you say is you found that that 702 number was not even purchased and did not come online until the end of June. Is that correct?
Correct, it did not.
And when you realized that, is that the point where you went back to find a different number?
Yes, I disregarded that 702 because it's never pinged in Southwest Florida, and it was after June 28th.
And that's what I want to ask you. That 702 number never pinged in Southwest Florida.
Correct, never did.
And the chart that, or the map with the phone hits for tower hits that was in Missouri, that's not for the day of the homicide, is it?
No, it is not.
I think you told the ladies and gentlemen of the jury earlier, but as I recall, the reason that you focused on May 17th was because of text messages that had been transmitted between the personal cells of Curtis Wayne Wright and Mark Sievers. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Now, in one of the exhibits that were shown to you, it had Angie Wright's burner, and I think it had Curtis Wayne Wright's burner. Did you know that they were the burner phones for those two people?
No, I did not. I put names because that presentation was for my command staff, and they like to have names and numbers associated with it, so they know what they're looking at in the presentation. But I did not know it was their burners. No.
And this wasn't a presentation that you prepared for a jury, was it?
Absolutely not.
I have nothing further, Your Honor.
Over across.
This witness to be released or retained.
She may be released, Your Honor.
State.
She can be released, Your Honor.
Thank you, ma'am. Next witness.
Your Honor, defense recalls Curtis Wayne Wright.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Mr. Wright, I want to go over some correspondence with you and Mr. Sievers.
Okay.
Sir, do you recall when you first began working for Restorative Health?
This is exhibit number,
Exhibit 2. Do you recall that, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Did you have a correspondence with Mr. Sievers about the manner and how much you would get paid?
Yeah, I don't remember specifically the conversation, but
You able to read this here, sir?
no.
See the text from March 3rd, 2015? Right there. Do you recall asking, sorry to ask, but are you still going to be able to send me a check? If so, when? Just trying to plan paying things. Do you recall sending that?
No. Yeah, I see that I did, but I don't remember that.
You don't remember that? Do you remember Mr. Sievers writing you back, no worries, already asking how many months do you need? Ideally, I want to send you dollar sign 2K for 10 months, but cannot send that much with the sad emoji.
Okay.
Okay. Was that your agreement?
No.
that's which page or line, either one.
This is page 16.
Thank you.
Ahead to 22. see at the top of the page, what should I wear to your wedding? No, not Angie's panties again. Do you recall getting a text like that from Mr. Sievers?
No, but it doesn't surprise me.
Okay. You and he had a very close relationship, didn't you?
Yes.
Further, said, you know, we sleep all natural. Did you see that?
Yeah, I don't,
Objection, relevance.
these are to me, I don't,
Objection,
Have both sides approach for a moment.
Mr. Wright, you knew that Mr. Sievers had a condominium, is that correct?
yes.
To your knowledge, how long had you maintained a condominium in St. Louis?
I don't remember when he bought it.
Did you ever live there?
Yes.
Do you remember when you lived there?
Not what years, no.
Okay. Was it before 2010?
Yes.
Was it before 2005?
Yes.
Okay. On 5/12/2015, you communicated with Mr. Sievers about replacing a card. And was that computer related?
objection, would counsel state the page and
Yeah, I don't know what the context of that message is.
He'll state the page.
Page 31.
Thank you.
You don't remember?
I don't remember, but now that I'm reading the rest of it, it was probably the modem, the fax modem in the computer that went bad multiple times.
Okay. And on the following page, you spoke about more computer issues, is that correct?
Yes,
And you spoke about on 5/17/2015, as it turns out, CrashPlan has not backed up Teresa's machine for 2.5 months. What is CrashPlan?
it's the online backup that we used for the office.
Okay. And you said, I'm trying to do it now, and I don't know how. Is Or did Mark say that? That would have been Mark, correct?
Oh, yes. Yeah, that would be Mark.
Okay. And you two had a series of conversations about the computers before saying, check other. Is that correct?
Yes.
You had, I'm on page 36 now. I just sent you a link to a conference call tonight about the business opportunities. Do you recall that?
Yes.
That was about a pain patch. Do you remember that?
I don't remember what it was about, but I remember the conversation.
Okay. Do you recall saying, well, it definitely feels better, but it could just be healing. You need to rest on chronic pain, so I have a test where I know it will not feel better for at least a day. I'm seeing Jerry tomorrow. That was after you tried out the pain patch, is that correct?
I don't remember that.
Do you recall Jerry and pain patch, or did you forget?
Again, I don't know. That Jerry is referring to Jerry Levinsky. He had just had hip surgery, so I
And
think
again, that was about the pain patch and the conference call for the business opportunity, correct?
I would assume so.
Finally here, you said, I just talked to Scott and he told me what happened. I'm so sorry, Angie and I are going to leave today and come down to be with you and the girls. I don't want to intrude, but,
It's a typo.
okay, that's a typo. Can only imagine what you were going through. I want to be there for you. I'm not sure how long it will take us to get down there, but I will call you as soon as we make it into town. Love you, brother. Do you recall that?
Yes.
You sent that to Mr. Sievers on June 30th of 2015, is that correct?
Yes. I didn't remember the date, but yes.
And that was when you were sending condolences after apparently Mr. Sievers' brother Scott called you about the murder, is that correct?
Yes.
approach.
Okay.
Mr. Wright, you said on your way back up after the murder to, from Southwest Florida to Missouri, you stopped at a rest stop. Do you recall saying that?
Yes.
Where was that rest stop again?
I'm sure there was more than one, but I think the one you're referring to is the first one that we stopped at when we got back on the road,
When you say the first one, the first one after
where we
what?
threw away the evidence.
But I mean, do you recall, was that in Lee County?
No,
Was that in Charlotte County?
no. And I don't know any other counties, so I won't be able to tell you. It was in Florida.
Would you have stopped at that rest stop before you stopped at the Circle K or the racetrack?
I think it was before we stopped for gas.
Okay.
I'm not certain of that, though.
And how long did you stop at that rest stop?
Just long enough to clean some stuff out of the car and throw away things.
Okay.
Might have
And,
used the restroom. I'm not sure.
So just a couple minutes?
Probably 5 or more. Yeah.
Okay. Nothing further, Your Honor.
State. Yes, briefly about the fence exhibit. The last exhibit, the messages. 8, yes. No, the one after that. The one that was on the screen, just after.
I didn't know that.
Exhibit 2.
This one, yes. Thank you.
The binder clip there.
Okay, let's go back to page 38. And line 994. All right. Okay, so Mr. Wright, I'm at page 38 at line 994. There's a message to you that says, when testing it from home, I don't know if I'm utilizing VPN that I just established on my home VPN. And that's a bona fide message between you and Mr. Sievers, right?
Yes.
We really were talking about VPN or virtual private networks.
Yes, for remote access.
Then at line 995, the following line, there's a message from Mr. Sievers. No need to call me. Hope you're having a nice day. All right? That's on the 27th at 3:17 p.m. UTC -4. All right?
Right.
Where were you? That would have been Saturday. Well, let me ask a better question. On Saturday the 27th, the day before you killed Dr. Sievers, you were on the way to Florida, isn't that correct?
Yes.
And your phone was in Missouri.
Yes.
And there's no mention in no need to call me, hope you're having a nice day. There's no message there about VPN, is there?
No.
And then there's no other message to or from Mr. Sievers between 6/27, when you were on your way down here with Mr. Rogers to kill Dr. Sievers, and June 30th, right?
Right.
And then on June 30th, you text him and you said, I just talked to Scott, meaning Scott Sievers, right?
Yes.
And you're telling him in the message that you're basically sorry.
Yes.
That message was cover, wasn't it?
Yes. I mean, there was real feelings there, but yes. I mean, obviously you already knew what happened.
Scott Sievers didn't have to tell you that Teresa Sievers was dead,
No.
did he?
No.
You knew he was dead.
Yes.
She was dead. In fact, you knew that somebody might at some point see these messages, right?
Yes.
And in fact, because you knew that the reason that somebody may someday see these messages, that's why on 6/25, and that's at line 983, Mr. Sievers texts you and says, I will dispose of outdated computer tomorrow after erasing everything from its memory and then remove the hard drive as well. That's a coded message, isn't it?
Yes.
And that's a coded message from Mr. Sievers telling you that he's destroying and getting rid of his burner phone, isn't it?
Yes, the computer would be referring to the phone, and the memory card, or the memory, or hard drive would be referring to the SIM card.
And that's, again, the coded message is because you and Mr. Sievers knew that the messages on your regular phones could become the subject of an investigation, right?
Assume they would, yes.
Okay. Nothing further.
So this is just a text log, is that correct?
No,
Doesn't show any phone calls?
no, I
between you and Mr.
don't think so.
And in fact, you and Mr. Sievers have multiple conversations about setting up the VPN, is that correct?
Well, it was about setting up a way for him to remote access from any computer on the outside. He already had the VPN set up on his phone and his computer.
So, you said, yep, sorry I haven't been able to set up that program for you yet, I'm still working on it, so I will do it later tonight or early tomorrow. So we're talking about setting up the VPN, is that correct?
Yeah, on a disk, yes.
Okay.
It wasn't actually physically being set up.
And then no worries, just thought I would check on you. I will be at front desk basically all day tomorrow, talk later, is that correct?
Yes.
And so, those are both work messages, right?
Unnecessary, but yes, work.
What do you mean unnecessary?
Well, because he already had the VPN on his phone and his computer. There was no need for that, but it was a legitimate question and answer.
Okay.
It was cover.
And then it's your testimony that I will dispose of outdated computer tomorrow. That's your code for disposing of a prepaid phone, is that correct?
Not my code.
Well, then how did you know what he was talking about?
Because we'd already had a discussion about him destroying his phone.
So you already had a discussion, and you have a discussion about the discussion?
I don't know what order they were in. It would have been a duplicate discussion, yes.
Okay. So we move on Good plan. Call me, or give me a call when you get a minute, thanks. I need to talk to you about the VPN. Right, we're still talking about the VPN.
Yes.
Ready, okay. Call when ready. I forgot that I'm sending the program to you later, so I'll talk to you then, right?
Yes.
Okay. I just emailed you the files. Let me know when you get them, right?
Yes.
Okay. Got them. Connection established. Now what? When testing it from home, I don't know if I'm utilizing the VPN that I just established on my home VPN. So we've got a variety of text here about the VPN,
Yes.
okay? And then, no need to call me, hope you're having a nice day. So at that point, the VPN issue had been resolved, is that correct?
Yeah, what that conversation was about would have been finished.
Thank you, nothing further.
Nothing further.
Is this witness to be retained or released?
Release, Your Honor.
State?
He's released.
With that, we'll take a brief recess. I'll let the jurors stretch their legs, use the restroom if you'd like to. And please don't talk about the case among yourselves or with anybody else. And we'll be with you momentarily. Please be seated. We're going to have both sides approach and Ms. Park. Okay. All right, we'll be in recess for 5-10 minutes. Let everyone use the restroom. You have Dr. Petraeus and Ms. Lyons left, I believe.
That's right, Your Honor.
And Dr. Petraeus is next? Or-
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, we'll be in recess.